But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? And we're just waiting in line to wake up? And most people think I'm insane. Once you realize that all the shit you used to care so much about just keeps you a prisoner of your own mind.
V&O, what you know? What's up, man?
V&O, what you know, man? Yes, sir.
We are ordinary people with extraordinary stories. I'm here with my man,
Yes, sir.
my guy,
Yes, sir, Dad.
Pastor Joe Walters, my pastor of
you, man.
the Word Church
Yes, sir.
in Lake Station. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to be here on V&O. What you know? If you ain't got that simple in your life, put it there.
You got to do it right, man. You V&O. What you know?
I'll just say it, do it again. V&O.
V&O.
What you know? Yeah, V&O. What you know?
Man, why is this your first time on here?
It's my first time on here because it's my first opportunity that you gave me, and I'm available on Sundays.
And you're available. That's what it is. Tell the truth.
I'm available, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here with you, man, to share with you.
Yeah.
To see how well your ministry is going.
Yeah.
How well the business is going. How well everything is going for you, man. It's been a ride.
It's wild. It's different, man. And since you're my pastor, I'm gonna tell the truth, man. I let people be people on here, and so a lot of times, people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, it's different. It's different. I allow people to be themselves just because that's just me, man.
Yeah.
I think I lived a lot of my life not able to be myself.
Yeah.
And so it's different, man. This one is a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
I love you, man.
I love you, man. Hey, man.
I love you, man. I'm happy to have you, man. You came into my life a couple years ago, man, and it was almost like I thought it was the storm, but the storm hadn't even hit yet.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, the storm had hit the hardest, man. And you've been a friend, man. You've been a mentor. You've been
I'm grateful, man.
Yeah, and it's all love, man. So I had to, like, I think we was just talking one day, and I was like, man, I got to get you on.
Yeah, man. And I'm excited to be here.
It's
so good to see the viewers and see those. You're doing an awesome job, man. You and the vibe, and
thank you.
Just it's been a blessing to see how things have matured and how things are growing. And the best is yet to come, man.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
And I'm looking to tap into what y'all doing and do something like this for myself.
Oh, man,
you
know,
I'll come in and rent out some space.
Know, this is home. Like, you could always. That's why, one of the reasons that I really I had to have you on was because I want you to be able to, like, this is a source for you.
Absolutely.
This is what I do, but this is a source for you. If you like, hey, man, I need to come in and can we throw this together real quick? Right. I want to be able to do that for you.
Absolutely.
A lot of times, man, I find like I'm not always able to help where I want to help.
Right.
Well, or sometimes,
this right here is a perfect platform for us to come together, sit down and reason together and talk about some things that I can't talk about in the pulpit.
Yeah.
Some stuff I just can't say over the pulpit. So I need to come on V&O, what you know, to say some stuff as it relates to life,
right,
happiness,
right,
sin, jokers,
right,
Negroes. You know what I'm talking about? Just stuff like that. That's why we're here.
Right.
Views and opinions. I got views and opinions for everything.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? But I'm gonna keep it Christian.
Yeah. I know you get upset, man. And
absolutely.
This has to be what you do, man, has to be one of the hardest jobs in the world.
It is.
And I try even if I look at a pastor and I say, oh man, I don't think he's doing it right,
Yeah.
I try to keep my mouth off of that, because I'm not in that arena. I don't want to be in that arena. I have no desire. You have to be called to that arena.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Many are called, but few are chosen. And a lot of us have made a lot of bad decisions. I have. I'll be honest, I've made some bad decisions out of my 6 years of pastoring, but God's grace is so merciful, and his grace is so sufficient towards us that we're able to continue doing what we're doing, ministering and preaching. I am not a perfect pastor. I'm not a perfect man, neither a perfect husband, perfect father, but I'm striving for excellence on a regular basis.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And man, strive you have, and God covers, man, because like you perfect to me, man.
I'm striving for it. I really am.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? Sometimes you just got to have a platform just where you can just sit down and talk. This is why I got one of my good best friends here that's in the room today, David Lewis, and I can sit down and talk, and we chop it up about everything. And so now that we talk, so sometimes having somebody to talk to makes it easier for you to get stuff off your chest, so that you don't blow up at the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's necessary to talk. And I encourage every pastor or first lady or person to have somebody they can sit down and talk to and reason with, so that you don't blow up on your kids, your wife,
honestly,
the
man.
church members.
Yeah,
I ain't never coming back. He preaching over the pulpit his whole life.
You need to have somebody, man, that you could go to where you just be like, I hate them. I hate all of them. I want to punch them all in the face. Hey people, how's it going? You come out and wave at everybody.
I mean,
but
old Joel Osteen, you know, everything is wonderful.
No, that ain't life, man. That ain't life, bro.
Some of us got some trouble. I got some trouble. I ain't playing with y'all tonight. Glory to God. This trouble, the devil ain't playing.
Yeah,
He's
man.
trying to find a way to sift me as we. I ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? But Jesus, I pray for you that your faith fail not. So you know what? I'm looking for my faith not to fail. I'm gonna keep striving, man. By faith, I got a good report every time I come around anybody. You know, regardless to my life, regardless to my issues, you got to have a good report. And so this is one of those platforms I get to come in and, you know, and lay out some of my laundry, not dirty laundry, but some of my laundry, and then talk about some things and tell people, hey, you can come out the way you are, but hey, talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, this is therapy for me. You know what? Normally I'd probably be in here sweating, but I feel real good.
It's therapy for me.
Real good.
I'm glad, and I'm glad you do, man. And I hope this is a place where you could let it all out at. My buddy just called me. He should be watching this, so I'm about to send this to him. But I do want to say, you know, I look at Pastor, and man, what would make somebody want to do this? What in your mind did you say?
Desires to be a bishop, desires a great office.
Yeah.
And it's a rewarding office, but you better make sure you call to
buddy.
Because if you ain't called to it, it's a mess.
Man.
Or you're going to be a mess. My father told me that his pastor told him about 50 years ago, if you call to preach, it's going to be hard. If you ain't called to preach, you will never make it.
Yeah.
I believe that thing, man, because I said, well, I questioned myself several times. Am I called a pastor?
Yeah.
God, did you really call me with my idiosyncrasies, with my defects, with my upsets? You know, but every disciple that he chose, they had issues.
Yeah.
So it's okay for you to have an issue, but look for God to bring you out of your issue.
Yeah.
You know, so I think if you call to it, it's going to be hard. But if you ain't called, you will never make it, literally.
Yeah. Did you know it was going to be this?
Oh, yeah.
You did? Really?
I was raised in this since day one.
You a wild boy,
life.
man.
My whole life.
You a wild boy if you knew it was going to be this and you still was like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. And you know what? I told my wife, I said, hey, one day I might become a pastor one day. You think you ready for that? Because I kind of knew it, but I was like, So, you know, some of my life didn't pattern the way that I thought it should have. You know, I got prophesied to a lot when I was young. You're going to be a millionaire. And I was preaching about that today, that we're going to be millionaires. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta go through the process. A lot of what I went through as a child, and then now in ministry has now given me some solid sound advice for people in ministry, because I saw it growing up. Being a pastor is hard work. First, you know, you got to make sure that you keep yourself clean, keep your name clean. You know, it's stuff that you got to do. And of course, read the word and study and show yourself approved and live right. You know, try your best to live according to the word of God, which is a task. That's not easy, but it's doable.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? I ain't gonna do no preaching, but I'm a preacher. So you okay with that?
No, man, you.
Romans 12 and 3, or Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and perfect and acceptable will of God. It's important that we make ourselves reasonable.
Yeah.
Everything that God has done is reasonable.
Yeah.
And so the stuff he's asking you for is reasonable.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be God.
Yeah.
He'll never put more on you than you're able to bear.
Yeah.
And so once we start to figure that out, for those that's gonna watch this later, even if you ain't even saved, you got the opportunity to receive him. Why would you deny Jesus to be the Lord of your life? It don't matter what you done done.
Y'all, I'm about to leave. The benediction, he about to come.
No, I mean,
he preaching now.
I mean, it don't matter
No, I'm messing with you.
I don't care what you done.
I'm messing with you.
Jesus still love you. And you know what? And
Yeah.
pastors that are called really have. Not every pastor has a testimony of drugs, alcohol, women, stuff like that, jail time, prison time, or even homosexuality or lesbianism. Nobody, it don't matter what you done gone through with, he still love you.
Yes, he does, man.
And that's what we got to really teach the people. Hey, Jesus love you no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't care what you done did. I don't care who you killed, who you slept with. It don't matter. Whatever.
I appreciate you, man, because you're talking about love, but I've seen you exude that love onto the people around you. You caught me at the worst of me. There were other people that got the best of me. And I can only speak for myself and through my experiences, but you caught me at the worst of me and you treated me better than I was. I could tell you mad at me sometimes. I know that's like
I love you. You see my eyes? Look, hey, you my man.
I already know, man. I already know. And I hate to frustrate you at times, man. You caught me at a time, man. I wish, I know I'll get better. I know I'll get better. Matter of fact, it has gotten better for me. Things have gotten better for me. Some of those promises that you told me were going to happen, even when I first met you and it hadn't even got to its worst, these things are kind of now just coming to pass. Like, hey, man, life is going to get better. And I appreciate you for that, man. And I know, yeah, man, it's got to be frustrating. When I see potential in your eyes when you look at me, but you still had grace on me, and you still loved me through, like I said, probably the worst of me. And I appreciate you for that, man.
Well, let me tell you this, man. I think I've learned in these last 2 years what it takes to pastor. Something that Apostle Javon Blakely would say. He said, that you may think you pastoring the people, but the people are pastoring you. And I said, well, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because in the first 6 years of my ministry, I've gone through some tough times, man. And I've had to deal with people that couldn't be as faithful as they needed to be because of life. Life be happening. And so when life be happening the way it does, me as a pastor got to be able to run with the waves and stay with you and keep you encouraged and then thank God that you're back in the fold, and now you come back stronger than you were before. But believe it or not, I believe you are stronger now than you was 2 years ago. And that God has a plan and a strategy for us as we move forward in God. And that's how ministry should be. When people come in, they come in broken. But when they leave, they're supposed to leave here whole, mended together, or at least having a vision on what they're going to be in the near future.
Easier said than done. I mean, and when I say easier said than done, I'm talking about from your perspective. Like you're talking right now, you live in faith. That's one thing I can say about you is you live in faith, because you probably would have slapped a couple people if you did.
Come on here, help me.
But man, if somebody put themselves in your shoes, the thing is this, is that you have to look somebody in the face that's shorting you out. That's
the love of God, man.
But to put it in practice is different.
It is.
It's different, man.
You know, what if I knew that I see potential like God saw potential in me? So you gotta give people time to grow. So I had to grow, and I know I ain't perfect, and I know my idiosyncrasies, and I know my issues, but God still chooses to use me. So if I know He can use me, and I'm uneasy in some areas, then the grace of God that's on my life, I should share it abroad. And hopefully in this next year, within these next few months in this year, I'm looking to grow tremendously.
Somebody
say tremendously.
Tremendously.
I'm preaching on that. Hey, y'all online say tremendously. Come on here. I'm looking to grow tremendously, and I'm looking for God to move. I'm looking for 450 souls.
Man, that's what's up, man.
This year, not next year. We should be moving our church out of the sanctuary we in into our gym.
I'm with it, man.
Pretty soon.
With it.
Before the end of the year, I'm looking for God to do it.
I'm with it.
And according to my faith and according to your faith, be it unto us. Hey, y'all online, use your faith. Come on here. I ain't playing with y'all.
You got
Yeah, I'm looking up. Yeah, right there. You. I'm talking about you. Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
scary faith, man. Like you
You
and
said
I
scary
well
faith.
because to me,
Yeah.
like I'm telling you, man. Like I wish you could see yourself from the outside in, and I hear you talk, but you don't just talk about it. Like you really be doing it.
Yeah.
Like I see you like just do things. I'm like, wow, man, I can't believe. I mean, dude, I've been traumatized, man, like
Wow.
by life over the past. Over the past like couple years. I understand why things had to happen to me,
Mhm.
but it doesn't lessen the trauma. And so I find myself being protective of myself.
Yeah.
And that's not faith necessarily.
Mhm.
So what I end up doing is I know that God wants me to do this, but what if it goes sideways? Because I remember, a month ago, things went sideways, and I was, I'm trying to hold on.
Yeah.
You really do have to have faith, man, to say, nah, we ain't got the money right now, but we gonna get that.
Yeah, we gonna get it.
I look at the ramp that you was talking about
Yes,
today,
sir.
man.
Yeah.
The ramp, I was like, man, how you gonna build a ramp?
Yeah.
Who about to build a ramp? I hope you don't think I'm about to build a ramp.
Hey, well, we ain't done some work in this church. We ain't done some work in our church, Doc.
Yeah,
And so, hey, you climbed that scaffold
I did.
and put that light in, and you ain't no electrician.
I did.
But you was that day.
I
Come on
was
here.
that day. I was that day. But it was. But
Yeah.
it's still. It's scary, man. Like it's for a lot of times. I think, man, even for you to be able to stand up there, look these people in the face,
Mhm.
then you say this insane thing that you know is going to happen, but you're getting people looking back at you like,
are you serious? Yeah, like I'm finna raise $70,000, and I just added up. I need 70,000, not 60,000. So I asked the Lord for $70,000. Now, guess what? For those that's online today, glory to God. If you want to send in $70,000 because you want to see the church vision come forth, come on here. Let the Lord use you. Glory be to God.
you ever feel like you about to pass out with stuff like that?
Yeah, hey, you know I do. But Lord, these people think I'm crazy.
Right.
But I trust you.
Bro, if I set up there, man, and then that's what I'm talking about, man. You walk in it because as you speak all the time, I don't see any doubt in your face.
No.
I'm looking in your face and I'm like, he really,
I believe it.
he really believe this.
Yeah, Dad.
So like, bro,
I
I can't stand up there with nothing and looking at people with issues and going through stuff, and then you looking at these people in face like, hey, y'all, we about to raise $70,000.
Yes.
And I sit back there. I'm sorry, man. I'm coming out of this traumatic time in my life. So I'm sitting there like, when?
Yeah.
Who
gonna get it? But you know what? See, look, let me tell you, when there's a vision, without a vision, I'll go preach that today, but I'll get to it next week. Without a vision, the people perish.
Yeah.
If I don't give a vision, if you don't even do a vision in your household on where you want to see your family go, then your family could die.
Yeah.
And in a house, the battle against itself ain't gonna stand nowhere.
Yeah.
So if you come to church, you bring that same category or that same thought process to the church and get everybody on one accord.
Yeah.
If we can start to be on one accord and do things in sync and do things led by the Spirit of God, I promise you we're gonna win everything that we do.
I tell you what, I'm being facetious because I understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand with your job, but I understand with my job.
Mm-hmm.
I get people, my guys, at work. I'm a leader. I'm a foreman. I run the job. I'll say something and they'll look at me like, man, that ain't about to happen.
Right.
People will tell me that's not about to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it like, no, it's gonna happen. We about to
Hey, Terrell Westby, one of my favorite deacons, he'll tell me we ain't finna do that. Like, yes, we is. He said, I believe it when I see it.
Right.
And then when he see it,
and then he see it.
Boy, you done done it again.
Yeah.
I said, no, it ain't me so much, it's us.
Yeah.
You know what? If we get to the point that we start to be unified with our men of God, women of God, have whatever ministry you're under, or even at home or on your job, find a vision. Figure out how to get the vision together. Figure out where you fit in the vision. You a puzzle. You a piece to the puzzle. Every member of the Word Church is a piece to the puzzle. You figure out where you fit. Once you in there, you locked in.
Yeah.
Then you find the other pieces. Before you know it, then you got a whole board completed.
Yeah.
And then we complete this task, then we go to the next one. The next task after we get this air in here is I'm gonna paint the church. After I paint the church, by that time,
gone.
We're gonna be right over in there.
Gone.
Right over in that gym, get that ready. And then by the end of the year, we be packed full enough, 2 or 3 services.
Yeah.
I'm speaking. I see it, man.
Yeah.
I see this being so big.
Yeah.
That we can take you out of here and then put you in a whole building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
see it. And I see my way out. I see myself being successful. You gotta see yourself. Y'all online watching, see yourself being successful. Because you doing it. You doing it. What was a thought?
Mm-hmm.
What was conversation?
Yeah.
In my office over there,
Yeah.
downstairs.
Yeah.
What was conversation and a thought is now reality.
Is this?
VNO.
Is this?
VNO. But you know.
And so that's why I say, like, I understand, but man, you do it at a different level. Like I'm saying this, you inspire me. You inspire me. Yeah, you inspire a lot of people. I want you to know that if you haven't heard it, and I'm not just saying that, this is my show. I ain't got to say that.
Yeah, it's your show that.
No, I'm saying it because you really do, man. You inspire. You can see people. I've seen you bring people from non-belief to belief. I've seen people's faces change as you're given this outrageous vision that you have, and people's. I remember when you took us walking through the church, man.
Yes,
like
sir.
Like that. The one that that we it didn't happen, but I saw people's faces go from "what is wrong with him" to "this is nice."
Yeah,
this is nice. I can see myself here.
I
can see myself here.
So let's just go down memory lane with that.
Yeah.
So, I said, well, Lord, why did we get that? And then he showed me then that I need to start to value what I already have, and then think outside the box. So after we then completed this place, then God will allow us to either sell it, or somebody's going to be a secondary ministry or a secondary location, and then God is eventually going to allow us to build. I intend to build, man.
Yeah.
Before my time is up.
Oh yeah.
I intend to build in the next 5 years.
I believe it.
Y'all heard that word, church? Bertha, you still on there? You hear that? Hey, I ain't playing. Look, in the next 5 years, I intend to build a church from the ground up, brand new.
Yeah.
And then we can put a studio in the church.
Yeah.
And with a whole other wing, and then the Vibe, the VNO, Truth. What is it? Rock. Come on, Rock Truth. And then Mark speak the word. Because the man is gonna be speak the word.
Yeah, right. Oh, you good?
Speak the word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna have Sons of David in there. We're gonna have all kind of stuff in here.
Right.
We're put everybody in.
Right. No doubt,
gumbo.
man. No doubt.
Somebody say
no
gumbo.
Doubt.
That's
yeah. Right. He said a gumbo.
Yeah, gumbo. Oh, then we got 2219 Productions.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of stuff going
Christopher Wesby.
Yeah, Christopher T. Wesby. That's what that is.
Look, hey man, I don't think I've given too many shout outs to Chris, man, but that's talking about, man, when I first came here.
Yeah.
Because he don't want no shout outs. That's Chris.
He
Chris,
but he the man.
You don't want, oh man, don't be. Look, man, if you seen these awesome pictures of Mayor Eddie Melton, Chris had to give his resume online because he said people was down him. he said they got to tripping and forgot who he was, so he had to run down his resume on him. But Chris Wesby, man, is taking pictures of Chris. Give it to me. The Sweet 219. I'm sorry, it's not. This is Chris Wesby's business. It's Sweet 219.
Yeah.
He's was with Mayor Eddie Melton all through his candidacy for Gary Mayor.
Absolutely.
He did is it Clark Sisters?
Yeah.
Clark Sisters.
William Murphy.
John P. Key. William Murphy. Who's Jonathan McReynolds? Whose video did Marvin Sapp? Shekinah Glory. You just did somebody's. You did a little record, or you did the. You just did Shekinah Glory's live recording, and they actually used your picture on their album cover, right? Yeah. So if y'all see Shekinah Glory's album, you listen to Christian music. Shekinah Glory's off the chain, man. If you listen to Christian music, man, but that's his photography on the cover, and he's right next door, man. But this dude right here, man, was so inspirational, man. So inspirational. Along when you wasn't there, he was there.
Yeah. It's called brotherhood, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, half the stuff I couldn't get done a year or two ago without the help of y'all.
Yeah.
I need some good, solid, sound brothers that saw the vision, and even if you didn't see the vision, you trusted me.
Yes.
And that's what a good pastor needs. He needs somebody that trusts him.
Yes.
But then a good pastor got to keep his word.
Yeah.
If you don't keep his word, then you ain't worth two dead flies.
Yeah.
Why would you follow somebody that's unstable?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, God, keep me stable. And then when I put forth the vision, let them see it. Because brothers don't buy in just to no junk.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's got to be something that you believe in.
No doubt.
In order for you to climb that scaffold. First put it together, then climb up there, and then turn the lights off.
Right.
And then up there, with electricity, when you had to see the vision.
The crazy thing is you was in awe of me because I climbed the scaffold, but I was in awe of you because you had a vision without knowing who was gonna go up the scaffold, where we was getting the scaffold from. He just was like, "We about to change these lights."
Yeah, we about to
It's
change
like
these
up there.
Yeah, and sometimes that's how I gotta be.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Like, God told Abraham, "I'm gonna take you to a land that I will show you."
Yeah,
I'm gonna take you, leave your family, leave your kindred, leave your house, leave your father's house, leave everybody, and go into a land that's in Genesis 12:1. Go into a land that I will show you. And when you get there, I'm gonna make your name great. That when we got out here to Lake Station, God made our name great. They don't know it yet. We still kind of hid, but we coming out this year.
Yeah.
Somebody say, "I'm coming out." With my hands up. I'm coming out. And we're gonna be victorious this year, man.
No doubt.
I'm expecting VNO and everything associated with the vibe, Rock True, and everything else. I expect for it to grow.
Yeah.
And for y'all to come out, bigger and better. And then the Word Church gonna be right there with you. Yeah. The Word Church gonna be there. I'm gonna be there too. I'm gonna be. Joe Walters is gonna be there. Joe Walters is gonna be there. Keep looking for him.
We came up together. We were in 6th grade together, but we were young. Do you think that you always had this type of faith? Was it developed? Was it like how did you entering into this, man? You had to have some type of faith to say, I can be a pastor. But then it had to grow from there. So when do you think this faith hit? Because it didn't just come from nowhere.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. And this is the truth. And I don't even know if I ever said this openly out before. I used to preach at home in a mirror like that one over there against the wall.
Really?
And back in the day was spear or oval, however you want to call it.
Yeah. And
I used to preach in the hallway over on 335 Birch Street. And I used to have a microphone from a church or a broom or a stick or whatever, a brush, and I preach in the window. And when I got to be about 10, 11, 12, I kind of like slowed down a little bit because it wasn't popular and it wasn't a lot of young people around in the church trying to preach. So I went through that time period from about 14 to 16. And now I got saved at 14. I got filled with the Holy Ghost at 14 in revival with Bishop Rab Terry. This is back way, way, way back, freshman in high school. Had my all TC pants on, man. And I'll never forget it. And so from that point to about 16, my father, we was in service and we were supposed to get a building, get a church. And then I started having dreams and envisioning myself being a preacher around 16. And it was in my mind. But while I was in my mind, I kind of like put it to the side because, I'm graduating and I'm doing stuff and I'm trying to be an adult. I moved out at 18 and, I moved too soon. I moved out, but I moved too soon into some stuff I ain't had no business into. Typical 18-year-old, you're trying to get that butt, you know what I'm saying? So while you're trying to get that butt, you sin it,
right.
What I mean? And so for a time frame, I was in sin. I didn't know that. I was in sin. Glory be to God. But he healed me. Glory. I got married at 22. And so at about 24, I was called to preach. Now, I was called at 16, but by 24, I was giving God a yes by that time. But I didn't still want to, I'm married, I'm working, but I was focused on building my family versus so much building my ministry.
Yeah.
By the time Joe was born, because Joe was a minister too. Yeah. By the time he was
Little
born,
Joe, because for anybody don't, Little
Joe Jr.
Joe Jr.
Joe Walters Jr. If you look him up on Facebook, you'll see him. If you go, by the time he got into ministry early, about 3 years old, he going home. By this time, I'm about 26, 27 years old. I see now he's maturing to be a minister himself early, 3 years old. And then Dad put him up to preach on his own service when he was 11 years old.
Wow.
So he's been preaching 8 years this month.
Wow.
When Dad put him up at 11 years old, by that time I'm about 33. And I went through a time span or a period of time that I was really kind of like real low in my ministry. And then God brought me back up. And when I saw the life in him, I knew then that I had to give God a yes. Because how can I got to be an example to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I realized I had to be an example to him, I always gave God a yes. I was in church as much as possible. I didn't miss no church. I played for the church. I sung. I did praise and worship. But I realized then, right around 32, 33, this is what I'm supposed to do. Wow. And until I give God a yes, then that's when things are going to start shaping up for me.
So he gave you that push.
He gave me that push.
Yeah,
I believe Joe. I believe me, hearing the voice of God, of course. But when my son was born, and he came into ministry also too, that pushed me. I got to come on with it because I got to lead him. I got to show him how to.
You don't want to hold him back from what he's supposed to be.
And sometimes, whether you realize it or not, as parents, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, we can shortchange our children.
Yeah.
because that's the generation that's watching us.
Yeah.
He watched me. He still watch me to this day.
Yeah.
Hey, what you doing? He watching how I respond in
Yeah.
anger and frustration, and when I'm happy, how to even treat his mom, how to treat women, how to respect women. That's important. So if I'm bad at it, and then guess what? Then I'm raising a generation after me to be bad at it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So back to what I'm saying about you know, when I gave God a yes, by the time I was 33, I was sold up, sold out for him. And then God forbid, you know, what happened was, you know, God allowed my father. He had a stroke, and they kind of like pushed me even more.
Yeah.
I said, well, before then, he said, hey man, when I get to 40 years, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
I said, well, okay. What he wanted to do it at 39. I said, well, you got to give me one more year. I got to clean my life up and get my mind right.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Wow.
Clean my life up
and then
got my mind right.
Hit the ground running.
And I hit the ground running. Now, I was always preaching.
Yeah.
But I wasn't looking to be pastor.
I think people, and I was, you know, the next question I was thinking about is, a lot of people always say, oh, I'm called to preach. I'm called to preach. Bro, being a pastor is way different. If you watch pastors, and if you not just, you might see them in the pulpit, bro, you called to be a janitor, an accountant, a therapist.
Yeah, I do it all that.
Yeah,
I done done everything
man.
in church except for be a woman.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I've been a janitor, I've been a preacher, been a nurse, been a doctor, been a lawyer, and whatever I need to do financially, I help people, you know, and I do it because I love it. I love what I do, man. This is my job. I work for U.S. Steel, but my job is working for Jesus Christ, you know, and I love what I do, man. It's from the heart.
It is, and I told you the first time I met you, man. Like when I first came in here, you seen you run the door. You had two cats behind you, and then you went up there, sang in the choir, you preached, had the altar call, sang some more, gathered them cats up, and you was about to take them home. And I was like, nah, man, you ain't about to do that. Yeah. Cause I can't sit back. Yeah. I think that was that day. I was like, you don't have to take them home. And then you told me that you just got off Midnights. Yeah. So you know that somebody love it, man. When you see you not talking it. No. You not like, hey, such and such, take these people home. Yeah. You was like, hey, y'all, come on, let's go so I can take you home. Yeah. I'm tired. I just got off Midnights. You just preached. And to see you live it, man, you're not just talking it, you walking it. You know, people talk it all the time, man. I'm sick of people that talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, then just don't talk it. Yeah. Just be quiet. Yeah. And you walk it. What you say you gonna do, you do it. Yes, you know what I mean?
To God be the glory,
man.
To God, and I was trained that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? You gotta if you say you're gonna do it, then do your best doing it. And then if you can't give a good excuse, don't just leave it open. Like, hey man, and then the people that know you, I got good friends in the room right now. Matter of fact, all of you are my friends, and even those that's online that's watching. If you know me, you know that I'll do my very best to keep my word. And if I can't, I'm gonna call you. But guess what? You know my heart. Yeah. So since you know my heart, I ain't always gotta call you. Because you'll know. Yeah. Like, you know what, if he didn't make it, if he didn't do it, it's because he had a really good reason. Yeah. You know, but I try to keep my word, man. My word is my bond. Because God's word is his bond. That's what Elder Schultz said. She said word is bond. Come on, word is bond. Come on, I'm gonna get used to all this. Hey, V and O. What you know? Yeah, man. I love it, man. Hey man, I was so excited to be here, man. Man, I was excited to have you, man. I thank God for you, man. And I want to, man, as life gets better, I want to be better and be a better friend and you don't have any expectations, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you have been a friend and I want to be better. Even this, man, I want to, if I can't offer you nothing else, at least I'm working at this and I can offer you this and you put yourself out there, man. I want people to know your heart. Yeah. Because, you know, man, that's another thing. When you step into being a pastor, you step into being criticized. Oh, absolutely. Being put out there for people to open. I mean, you open yourself up, man, for people to say some of the craziest stuff about you. And on top of that, what's really bad about it, what make me want to fight somebody is that you've done the opposite of the things that they're saying of you. Yeah. And so it really make you want to punch somebody in the face. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me tell you, man. and this the one thing about, you know, church people. Yeah. Can we talk about church hurt? Y'all, you okay with that? Yeah, that's church hurt, man. No, I've been church hurt. Oh yeah. And you know what? I've hurt some people. Oh yeah. Because hurt people hurt people. Yeah. Yeah, dog. I ain't lying to y'all. Yeah. And you know what? When you get church hurt, it makes you run away from church. Mm-hmm. But the doors of the church or the door of the church should always be open for you to come back. It's home.
Yeah.
Where else you gonna go?
Yeah.
You gonna go to the street?
Yeah.
But sometimes, the church can be so judgmental, man, and we can get to the point that we judge people for everything. And then when people mess up, God doggone, when did you? I messed up. You know what? I was talking to my brother, Dr. Derek Walters. I talked to him the other day. I say, man, I'm gonna try my best to make it. I'm trying my best to make it to heaven, man. And you know what? We all have sinned and come short of the glory of Jesus Christ, or glory of God. But you know what? In knowing that you done messed up, you got an advocate with the Father.
Yeah.
And that's Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
So you know what? If the church of Jesus Christ, or the church is supposed to be the church, if we would really make people feel welcome and help them out of their sin, help them out of their stuff. But you know what? Before you try to judge them, just, hey, man, give me a hug. I love you, man. I don't care what you done. I don't care what you smell like.
Yeah.
I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you're wearing. Just come.
It's crazy, man, because one of the reasons I really love you, man, is because I've been through situations where people, as Christians, sometimes feel the need to tell you what you've done wrong and tell you what you need to do to make it right. I know that I'm wrong. Like, if I'm out here, that's the thing, man. Like, when you're doing wrong. You don't need nobody to tell you. Trust God. Trust God enough to know that feeling that you feel on the inside, that guilt. Look at their face.
Yeah.
Look at his face. You don't have to tell him that he's wrong. Yeah. And you don't do that, man. Yeah. Like, of course, you give, like, you'll be like, hey, Reed, you give me a scripture. But you're not just sitting there, man, kneading in talking about, man, it's a shame you're going to hell. Or like, man, I've had people, man, do that. Or just come to me and tell me, man, if you just repent, God, like, gee, God been with me this whole time, man. What'd he say, man? If I made my bed over there and he was there.
That the Bible said he married to the backslider.
Man.
Did you hear that?
I wouldn't even.
Did y'all hear that? So when people backslide, he looking for you to come back. Yeah. Now, if we the bride, we the bride of Christ, y'all. Yeah. We the bride of Christ. So yeah, we gonna make some mistakes. You wouldn't know what happened with the first bride. The first bride messed up.
Yeah.
She gave that joker the forbidden fruit. You know what the Bible said about that? You know what I'm saying? So look, we ain't gonna go deep into the word because this ain't no Bible study.
No, this is what you want it to be, man. I've had some I don't want to say terrible people. They just not at the they not you. And I've allowed them to be them on this show. So like, how am I gonna sit here and be like, hey, Pastor, can you not be? Can you put a plug in it? No, man, be you, man. Say what you're gonna say.
Well, look here. I expect for people to come in hurt.
Yeah.
I expect for them to come in sin.
Mm-hmm.
I expect for them to come in with a man like, I ain't trying to feel like today. We had a young guy get saved.
Yeah.
Young guy got saved. He heard the preached word, and he decided to give his life to Christ. Mm-hmm. I didn't bash him because he had on a red sweater, some dreadlocks, and some jeans.
Yeah.
I ain't bashing the brother who came in humble.
Yeah.
Guess what? He received Jesus Christ. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So let's get back to church hurt. So church hurt, because I see right here somebody want me to get into. I'm gonna get into this church hurt. Okay? All right. I'm gonna speak on it. Y'all ready for this? Church hurt can keep people from going to heaven.
Yeah.
Church hurt can keep people from being prosperous. Mm-hmm. Church hurt can keep people in damnation.
Mm-hmm.
Church hurt can put people into condemnation. When Jesus said, I didn't come to condemn the world. He came so that we can have a life in more abundantly.
Yeah.
So now when you understand church hurt should not set you back. So if you're using church hurt as a reason for you not to be back in church, let me help you. Go back to church.
Yeah.
And if you can't go back to the one where you was hurt at, then find you somewhere to go. And find you somewhere to be. Find you somebody that's I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Find you somebody that's preaching the word that don't know your business.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Start over.
Yeah.
But even if you go back, hopefully the pastor is smart enough to know that he has some faults too. The first lady has some faults too. The first family has some faults. The bishop had, the apostle, it don't matter what your title is, you have some faults too. Oh, righteous one of you. We all got some faults, man.
Yeah.
Fix that church. The church hurt, you got to fix it for yourself. If you don't fix it, I'm spitting. If you don't fix it within yourself, then you ain't going to never fix it.
Some human beings, man, they have these lofty goals and these views of what other human beings should be, but then they have grace on themselves.
Yeah.
And like
Self-righteous, man.
Yeah, self-righteous, where they, I messed up, that's cool. But you lied the other day. You said that you was gonna do this.
Yeah.
Now, why did I have to lie? How come I
Yeah.
just didn't have enough time? I had full intention.
Yeah.
We never give people the benefit of the doubt, man. It goes from, I've had people do that to me, like, oh, you lied. Like, bro, no, I didn't lie. Like, or like they have these, they just ready to label you, and then from that, man, I think people are hurt about things, about humans humaning.
Yeah.
Human beings are going to be human. I think, man, probably, I don't want to put a percentage on it, but a lot of times, I'll just say a lot of times, when we ready to label people, they've just, time has slipped your mind. Maybe you forgot about something, and we so ready to label people. Like, I'm sure, man, like we started this conversation off because I said that you are the head of people putting labels on you and probably lying on you and saying all kinds of crazy stuff about you. And a lot of times, man, you're a human being.
Yeah.
You know, like, because you might have said, hey, man, I'm going to give you $1 after church today. And then you forget that dollar. Now you a liar.
Yeah. I have done that before.
Yeah. And
not on purpose, though.
No, not on, of course not on purpose, man.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it's just human beings being human.
Yeah.
And then other people put labels on them, and then they decide from the label that they put on that person to be hurt about something. And then they just draw it out. And now I ain't going back there no more because Pastor said he's going to give me $1 after church on July 12th of 2002, and he didn't. And so I ain't going. I'm done with it.
The Bible talks about he's giving you pastors after his own heart.
Yeah.
That will feed you with wisdom, not wisdom, with knowledge and understanding, not wisdom, but with knowledge and understanding. He's giving you a pastor after his own heart that will feed you with knowledge and understanding. That's the plan that God has for your man of God as it relates to your life. So now, because I am your pastor, thank God I am. My job is to go to God. You got to go to God for you on a consistent basis. Be watchman over your soul. Now, while I'm doing this, watchman over your soul and all the other congregants that go into the church, I got to make sure I keep my soul intact. Because otherwise, if my soul is out of attack, then how can I properly be watchman over your soul when my stuff is undone?
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of times my stuff has been undone. So then I did a disservice to you because I ain't have myself together. And we got to be honest, pastors. It's been times like that. We didn't been like that. So now, this is why the Bible talks about praying without ceasing. Pray always. My job is to pray all the time. And I love, matter of fact, Saturday morning prayers every Saturday at 11 o'clock. Every Saturday, 11 o'clock, Word Church, and anybody want to come and pray. Why? Why am I praying? I'm praying so I can get some direction. I'm praying so I can get a vision. And I'm praying for the people of God.
Yeah.
So that y'all can come out of y'all stuff so we can go and disciple others. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And then that's what happens with church hurt. You know, if the people would get healed from church hurt, because it ain't God's plan for you to stay hurt.
Yeah.
It's for you to be healed. Right?
Yeah.
He said he
That's
was
the
wounded.
plan.
He was already wounded for your church hurt.
Yeah. That's the
He
plan.
already took care of all that.
Yeah.
So now what happens is, what has to happen is your anger shall only be for a moment. Your pain shall only be for a moment. Yeah. And if you're having trouble forgetting, for in the Bible, Paul said, forget those things which are behind, for I press toward the mark, for the prize of the high calling, which is in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's my plan. My plan is to, you know what, is to move forward.
Yeah.
So now, for those that's in church hurt, find a way to move forward. God's planning for you to stay hurt. And it's not his plan for you to stay where you are, but for you to be free.
But you don't know what he did to me, though.
It don't matter. It don't matter. And that's true. And you know what? I'm glad. You know what? And this is what views and opinions and all about. You know, then that may be true.
Yeah.
And I forgive you, but I don't forget. Right. Well, you know, and it's people that say that, but that ain't biblical. But that's what you choose to be, though. Yeah,
you better than God, though. God forget.
Yeah, he forgot. Because you know what? If he don't forget, then you ain't gonna never make it happen.
You ain't gonna make it. Well,
your sins are thrown to the sea of forgetfulness, never to remember again.
Yeah.
Thank God for Jesus.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're behind going to hell.
You going to hell.
You going to hell. You going to hell. I'm going to hell too.
Stop playing the drums. You going to hell.
Yeah. You know, and, I mean, of course, we want people in the church to be saved. We want people to live right.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have your front line all going to hell.
Yeah.
Somebody got to be living holy. Your whole front line, the whole front line.
Everybody.
Everybody going here. God, no, you ain't got nobody saving your church. Ain't nobody willing to sacrifice. Come on here. Glory be to God.
I've watched, man. I've watched, and that's what I love about you too, man. Another thing I love about you is I've watched bitterness, anger turn to bitterness, and bitterness is like a spirit, man.
Come on, talk about that thing,
man. I've watched.
That's a form of witchcraft, man. It's rebelliousness.
Yes, I've watched bitterness eat some great people up.
Yeah,
and I understand why, man. I've watched. I mean, we've all felt bitterness. I think we've all let our anger slip to bitterness, man. But I just do, after I watched some great people that I know, I watched it become their ruin almost.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I can't, man. Like, whatever is inside of me, I got to forgive, man. I've had people look at me crazy, talk about me because I'm willing to forgive and give people the benefit of the doubt, man. But if you've seen how bitterness can eat somebody alive, where it's consumed them and that's all they can think about. And every one of their moves, all they thinking about is how much they hate this person. And that person might hate them back. That person might not even know, man, but your life is so affected. And I was like, man, I do not want to be that. And I've watched you, like I said, man, man, I don't, when somebody says something crazy about you, and you're just like,
I've been hurt.
I've
been hurt as a pastor.
Yeah.
Well, members talk about you.
You ain't been hurt, man. Pastors don't get hurt.
Shoot. every time members say they come and they don't show up, it hurt. It hurt. Every member say I'm gonna join pastor and don't never join. I'm hurt. Every time it's anniversary time and the church ain't full, you hurt. Every time you get anniversary time and people, pastor, my bills is due, you hurt. Because it's only one time a year I'm asking for you to bless me, and then you got an excuse. But guess what? That's life.
Yeah.
That's life. Life be lifing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's been times that I didn't have it.
Yeah.
So what the pastor say? Well, you know what? You ain't come on anyway. Just be there.
Yeah.
And then when you tell people they ain't got no money, but you still them be there and they still don't show up. That hurts.
They had no gas money.
No, look here. I'll give you gas. We got a church van. All the good brothers in the church, they got good cars.
Right.
It don't matter picking you up. They ain't gonna sleep with you. Glory to God. We got some good brothers over here at the work. They'll pick you up.
Send me, man. Send me. Because if I got to pick you up in a church van, I'm for sure not going to do that with you. I'm arrogant. I'm just a little arrogant.
Lord,
So.
sometimes you gotta
I'll keep myself holy on that front.
Come on, stay holy, man.
You're not getting me if I got to come pick you up and you late too.
Only
I'm good.
But yeah, man, I've been hurt. Yes, sir. I have been hurt. Been hurt by preachers, been hurt by members, been hurt by brothers, been hurt by the kids, and mainly the kids, because you done sown into them when they was children. Now they adults, they forget where they come from. I done sown in you all your life, and then all of a sudden now you want to smoke weed, you want to get high, you want to do this, or you want to just stay at home because you just Sunday. Well, it don't take all that, but it do.
Yeah.
At some point in time, it do take all that.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna bash nobody. I ain't bashing nobody.
No.
We talking about the hurt. I've been hurt.
Yeah.
I've been hurt by my family. Some of my family didn't hurt me. I'm being hurt by my family right now. Matter of fact,
I feel you.
I ain't lying. I'm talking about y'all. I ain't saying no names, but they know what I'm talking about. I've been hurt. I ain't lying.
VNO, what you know? Anybody can get it today.
Anybody
can get it.
Hey, I've been hurt. I'm still hurt. But I gotta move on. What I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do? Go pout?
Yeah.
Go start a fight, and then I ain't gonna win.
I gotta, when I see you, man, and I haven't done it in a while, man, but I've laid on you and prayed for you.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm a man just like you.
Yes, sir.
And I understand, man. I'm happy that you could be here because some people don't understand and maybe they need you to voice that. I know, man. And I know, like I told you before, I know that you look at me and in certain areas, I could be disappointing. You know what I mean? But I do love you, man.
Yes,
And a lot of times, man, they just have personal flaws, man. But I know that you still. It's sometimes, man, people can and they just won't.
Yeah.
And so that
Yeah.
that hurts too, man. And I'm glad that you're voicing this because again, man, I think sometimes let's take it a step down.
Mhm.
Not even pastors. Sometimes fathers are
Mm.
looked at as superhuman.
Yeah.
Like, oh, daddy good. He can do everything. Oh, daddy got in a car accident. You still got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
We need this
Yeah.
money, you know. And
Yeah.
fathers are looked at, man, like, bro, you don't hurt. You don't have no feelings.
Yeah.
I could come and say any old thing to you. I could ask you for anything, and your feelings don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Now you step that up, man, and you are a father of many. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, man. The pain is magnified.
It is. But you know what,
it's-
though, man? If you don't go through no hurt or no pain, how you gonna grow?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna grow?
Yeah.
You don't get to the next level. On every level, there's a devil. You don't get to the next level without hurt,
Yeah.
without some trial, without some tests.
Yeah.
Because it's cliche, but it's the truth. Trials and tests come to make you strong. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, some of the trial and some of the trauma and drama in my life has made me strong and made me think twice before I do anything. Something I learned from Terrell Lockett: think things thoroughly through before you do.
Who were some? Because you have put some names out there.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs
Absolutely.
a friend. You've named some of the friends.
Yeah.
I know that we talk to each other. I know, and even with us, man, I don't know all your battles. You need other friends to talk to
Yeah.
and people to.
Yeah.
So, who are some of the men and/or women that have helped you over the years to be a better man and to
bless you, Dad. Look, you know what, man? A lot of my childhood friends, you know, a lot of them I don't hang out with no more.
Yeah.
But since I've been an adult, I would say I would start. Of course, you know, I'm gonna say my wife. That's the number one person that's had my back over the years. You know, it's been 20 years pretty soon. And so outside of her, then I'm gonna have to go with, you know, Tim and LaShawn. Those are my friends from childhood.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
After Tim and LaShawn, then I have to go with David Lewis right after that.
Yeah.
David Lewis. And we've been rocking tough ever since I've been 20,
Really?
19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Outside of him, then I'm gonna have to go to probably Pastor Edwards.
Okay.
Now, childhood, from day one up until now,
Yeah.
that's just that joke over there.
Yeah,
Big 6'9",
man.
that
Yeah.
Big 6'9" right there.
Yeah.
Big 6'9" been in
Yeah.
my life since childhood.
Yeah.
Since I don't even never know, not knowing them.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, some people I don't have to say best friends. We just like family, literally. So he my ride or die right there. Him right there. That joke over there.
Yeah.
And then after that, now when you say mentors, when you say my friends, not mentors, those that helped me along the way to help me.
Friends and mentors.
Okay.
Friends and mentors.
Help me make some good, solid, sound decisions in finance and being a husband and being a father. Of course, my father.
Yeah.
My father, man. Number one. He my number one go-to. He my number one, man. I talk to him every day. Outside of him, then I got some other friends, Pastor Edwards, Anthony Edwards, Apostle Javon Blakely. I got Apostle Dion Hunt, and then Pastor Burtz, Pastor Keewan Maybon.
Yeah.
You know, these are the brothers that I talk to on a consistent basis. And of course, David Lewis. We kind of like jail.
Yeah.
We get together on different times of the week, different times of the day. We go to breakfast, we go to lunch, we chop it up. We're gonna go on vacation pretty soon for the men's retreat, June 24th through 27th. Shout out.
Yeah.
Brothers for the Word Church going somewhere out of town soon. You know, and then these last couple of years,
Yeah. Well,
been a help, been somebody I can, you know, talk to about some stuff going on in my life. You know, but as far as a mentor, I'm talking about friends. I'm going back
friends.
and forth.
Yeah, no, that's
mentors. At one point in time, Pastor Donald Ramirez in East Chicago, we was real tight, and we still are real tight. You know, it's certain people that I feel like I want to learn from and glean from. They are here in ministry, and I'm trying to get there too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you got people that make good, sound business decisions.
Yeah.
You know, real estate. They've got a lot of property.
Yeah.
When I need property information, now it's more than that, but we real tight. So we talk about everything. But when I want to learn something about property, hey Dave, where you at? That I need some help. You know, when I want to learn something about marriage, then I call those that's married. They got successful marriages. When I want to learn something about ministry, hey man, I want to talk to somebody with a good, solid, sound ministry.
Yeah.
Then I got people in ministry. You know, I got Elder Schultz. I got my wife. I got Bertha. I got my mother-in-law. I got people in my life, even my children. Even I talk to my, hey y'all, what y'all think about this?
That's what another so I'm naming off these things that I love about you, man, that drew me to you.
Yeah.
And it's the humility coupled with the wisdom
Yeah.
to say, because some cats, man, God, man, some men, they just will not say I need help.
Yeah.
Or if they do say they need help, then it's more so a scorning of somebody else that didn't help them. They were supposed, but like when I'm talking to you, man, you have, like I said, you have this humility coupled with wisdom to know I need to know what he knows.
Yes, sir.
I need to get up under him and listen to what he has to tell me. You've listened to me, and I was like, why is he listening to me?
Because you know what? You can find wisdom. You can find wisdom. Just
Man.
for today.
Yeah.
If they're lacking wisdom, let them ask of me.
Yeah.
I give it to you liberally, I brave not. Now, if you asking God for wisdom in certain things that you own, and we're the same age, we're only 4 months apart.
Yeah.
So they're stuck, but I ain't 42 yet, but you are.
Oh, so I'm older.
Yes, sir. You older.
Oh.
So you got a little, but I got more gray. you ain't using no dye.
Man, because I lost my hair when I was like, no, I'm not using no dye. Me and God have an understanding that since he took my hair when I was 25, that he can hold his gray down.
Hold his gray down.
But,
so it's the matter of sitting down and figure out what these people know. What are you good at? And this is what I ask every member that joined. I ask you this, Ratu. And you know, what are you good at? So I can figure out how I can put you into the pieces in my life so that I can be more successful. You know what I mean? If I want to know real estate, I'm calling Dave. Yeah. I don't know nobody in my age group with more property than him. Yeah. Or hasn't bought more property except for my millionaire friend. He got you down. He got about 80, 90 properties. Yeah. But somebody my age that I can be myself when I go around this other guy, I got to be, yeah. I'm a millionaire. So when I talk to him, I want to talk like I belong there. You know what I mean? But when you get around some people that's your age, that's somebody that you know, you trust, you love, you can let your head down a little bit. But my plan is and strategy, in order for my ministry, for my life to grow, I need some people smart around me. Mm-hmm. In order for this ministry to grow, that's why y'all here. Y'all smarter in some areas. I don't know all this technology, but y'all do. Yeah. So now, if I can figure out how to take what I know and figure out what you know, now I'm finna be wise. Yeah. Because I already know what I know, but I don't know what you know. So now VNO is going to allow me to know a little bit more. Yeah. What you know about that?
Dropping bars.
VNO, what you know? Shout out. Yeah. So, I'm grateful for I'm grateful for the people that God has put in my life, man. Yeah. And then, if I made the people in my life feel valuable, they'll stick around. Yeah. But I ain't looking for people around me not to go nowhere.
I think that's why people are drawn to you. And I told you this before, like, man, you draw people, I think of a high caliber. Yeah. You draw people in of a high caliber because sometimes, man, like higher caliber people, if they feel like that you're looking at me a certain way, I don't have to deal with you. Yeah. I don't have to deal with you. So, and you don't make people feel like that. Yeah, man, like you into doing this and that, you're successful in the world, you might be living like the devil, but you don't treat them. Yeah. When you meet these people, man, you don't treat them like looking down. Well, you know what you need to do with your life, right? Right. No, you're like, hey, man, what's up, man? You know, I got you always got a card. He always got a card.
I should have brought me over up in that. VNO. Look at we talking about VNO, but look at the Word Church, TWC. Shout out. Hey, the pastor's name is Pastor Joe. I like that joke. I ain't lying to you. Hey, you're a good dude. You ought to try him out. Find me here Sunday at 12. Come on here.
Right. You always got a card, man. You don't care who it is. Whenever I'm out, I go out with you, man. And whenever I'm out with you, man, you would drop a card on anybody. The lady the people that come to the table, the waitresses and waiters, and you always treat them well, so they take the card. Because I've also seen people of God. Yeah, going to restaurants and treat people like garbage, and they'll leave a church card. They ain't coming. They ain't coming. Take the card with you.
In Galatians, the Bible says, "Do good to all men, and especially to those that are in the household of faith." Yeah, Galatians 6 and 10, I think it is. So it's important to treat people nice, and church people shouldn't be snobbish.
No,
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be walking around self-righteous like I'm better than you. You know, and that's what's wrong with denominations. We ain't gonna get into that today, but we'll say that for later. But you know, denominations, I'm better than you. You better. No, I do this way. No, you do it that way.
Yeah.
Now, how about we just do it the way the Word of God said do it?
Well, they think they are doing it the way the Word of God
Well,
said
they
do it,
lost,
and they're better than you.
Well, that's self-righteousness.
Right.
And the Bible says not to think of yourself more highly than you ought to think.
Yeah.
But to be sober.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm in the Word. I'm in the Word.
Man,
You don't get me excited now. Now my back finna. Come on here.
Hey, man, I can't have a 2-hour show.
Ain't nobody gonna watch you next week.
Right.
Come on here.
No, nobody want to be hearing about all this. Yes, you do.
But yes, you do. You need them.
Yes, you do.
I need.
Yes, you
Yo, come on here. I need them.
I hope, and I pray in my heart, man, that even when I'm wrong, I pull myself to what's right.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to continue to do that, man. Sometimes I fall off because when you're wrong, you don't want to be around, right? You don't want to, that's why. So, it's been a long time since you just been a saint. Let me speak for the people. Like, man, yeah, man, if you living foul and, or you doing foul, a lot of times people don't want to come up in here because
they're afraid they're going to get talked about.
Or no, I think they're afraid that they're going to get right. Like, they got a couple more tricks to turn. So they.
Well, hey, look here.
So
I got an answer to that, though. You want my answer to
What's that?
Sooner or later, he coming.
Don't die.
You better be ready.
He said, don't die.
Don't die. He coming. You better be ready.
Yeah.
I know it's people. I've been like that.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since I've been like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I have been like that.
Yeah.
Where I didn't want to be right. Well, I'm as a pastor, it's been times that I didn't want to do right.
Yeah. And I guess it's
like last week. Now I think about it. Hey, I want to give you a piece of my man.
That.
Exactly.
That.
Maybe I want to go out there and get high or drunk.
Yeah, that. It's a level. It's a different level.
Somebody else.
That.
I think I'm delivered from that, but it's other areas that I ain't delivered from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some stuff that I'm struggling with myself. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
And who ain't struggling with something? Yeah, no.
If I cuss you out right now, people don't even like you. You
got to come in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But,
I know, man. I bet, man. Like, I when I'm misrepresented, man, I get angry. Well, let me change that. I used to get angry when I was misrepresented. And I'm learning I don't even care no more, man. People gonna think about you what they gonna think. But like you said, man, a lot of times that hurts. You know what I mean? And when you out there, man, doing the opposite of what they saying, and somebody misrepresents with your heart. Mm-hmm. When somebody misrepresents your heart, man, that really hurts. And so you're handling it, man. I watch you.
I've been misunderstood.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, well, you coming for me. No, I ain't coming for you. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get this word to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And when I get this word to you, either you going to agree with it or
Chris
you
back there feeling bad.
I mean, because guess what? I have someone that holds me accountable.
Yeah.
And I got multiple people that I talk to. Hey, man, you got to do the right thing. Especially Dave. Hey, man, I know you hang in there. And we didn't sit and talk. And sometimes I didn't cry it out to him because I need somebody to over the years. Hey, I need something. And the vice versa. He might say, hey, man, I got to have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
So when you get like that, you found somebody that's going to listen to your pity party, but then it's going to bring you out.
Yes.
I don't want nobody to give me a pity party and listen to me have a pity party and then don't try to encourage me out of it.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? I hear you. I heard you. Get it out. Yeah. But here go the solution.
Yeah.
The solution is this, and this.
You do that well.
Yeah.
You do it well. You do it. And when I say you do it well, I'm saying like I never really felt. Maybe once or twice because you're a pastor, but I mean, but never like just overbearingly. Like, man, felt like you got your fist down on me, and you telling me no. I've always felt like you've done it well, man. Where you offer and tell me what I should be doing, but also, man, you're not chastising me like that. You know what I mean? Where you got your foot on my neck, like. Yeah. Because that, honestly, man, again, I think that's what makes we see so many faces in here. I think that's what makes people come is because we're a small enough church to where you still close to the people. Yeah. And a lot of times, man, like especially like smaller churches, man, the pastor got his foot on a lot of these people's neck, and it's still small because people don't want to come. Yeah. And I don't think you necessarily do that, man. You don't have your foot on folks' neck to where they don't want to come.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Or-
working
yeah.
on it. You know, I have to learn, and I have to be honest. You know, I can't take my frustration out on no one that makes a decision to, hey, I can't make it, or I can't be there, or if they don't show up. Life be happening. But the thing is now, thank God that the ministry has grown. Well, we was missing a lot of people today.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like it that bad.
No,
But you know what? The church ain't grown.
Yeah.
We're missing some good, you know, some people that hold, you know, good places, but the ministry is still moving forward. And, you know, thank God it's to that point. But I remember a time when we was all down to 10 members.
Yeah.
You know?
And
when we went down to 10 members, everybody's church was small.
Yeah.
You know, so within this pandemic time frame from 2020 to 2023, once it lifted, you know, I think every ministry had to go through that. And so it was frustrating to us all.
Yeah.
You know, but we made it through.
You survived it.
We survived it. So for a church to, you know, that started with only 10 people 2 years ago, you know, I only been pastoring 6 years. I started in 17. The pandemic hit in 2020. I was only.
Oh wow! Are you? I didn't realize you just. So you
started.
really you were just
like, close the church. Close the church. I'm like, how am I close the church? I just started.
Right.
So, hey, I gotta keep practicing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a whole lot better preacher than I was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Had I shut the church down, 4 years ago when the pandemic, I'd be really bad now.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey man, I almost forgot, Mary.
Yes.
We forgot about the people that we love.
Oh yeah.
Who we love? Who do you love? Oh, you for sure.
Check out my guys, man, over at Shop Talk 7, man. Those the big bros, man. Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Support District Radio. Shot Blizz, man. Shot Blizz.
Yeah.
Shot Blizzy, man, just dropped just had an album release party, man. He had Ben One there, Lamar Creations, John Blue. Well, John Blue wasn't there. He might have collabed with him on some songs, but Ben One. Oh, really? Yeah, Ben One was there, man. And he, man, so talented, man. But Shot Blizz had his album release party. It was dope, man. But Shot Blizz, I say that because he's the Support District Radio guy. My Radio Chicago, man. Check out Media Monics and Get This D, Mr. D Smith, man. Every day from 5. Sorry, Pastor.
He said, "Get
it." From 5 to from 7 to 9, he threw me all off. 7 to 9, those my guys, man. Those are big bros, man. What I also say is, man, check out my peoples, man. Mr. Greg Gray, Marcy, Mr. Mo B, Gina over on Dope Living TV Live, man. You can check them out on Facebook. Check them out on YouTube. Go and subscribe to them on YouTube. They're called Dope Living for a reason, man. They live in dope.
Come on, I'm
they live in dope, man. Check them out. Check them out, man. Those the big bros, man, and the big sisters, man. It wouldn't be a VNO if it wasn't for Dope Living TV and Mr. Greg Gray, man. So y'all go to his YouTube and subscribe, man. And
yo, VNO, what you know? I tell you what I know. Vanika Henderson of Heritage Real Estate is the top realtor in the Northwest Indiana region. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, Vanika can and will accommodate all of your needs. Give her a call today at 219-525-4018. Also, you can check her out on all major social media platforms. Just search Heritage Real Estate. Please do not sit on this opportunity to work with the best. Contact her today, 219-525-4018.
We are just about out of time, man, but I almost forgot. Everybody has to sign the board.
Sign the board. Yeah,
Everybody
man.
got to sign the board, man. So thank you, man. I appreciate
stand
you, man. Yeah. Well, you can if you want. It don't matter.
Yes,
But
sign the
everybody,
board.
yeah.
Oh,
Anywhere
VNO,
you
what
want
you want me
to.
to put it? I'm gonna put it right here.
This is the vibe.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
Pastor Joe.
That's it.
Man, when I tell you that I appreciate you and I love you, man, it's an understatement.
Yes, sir.
I really do, man. I really do. And I'm sure there are a lot more people out there that appreciate you and love you just as much as I do, man.
Thank God.
Hang in there, man. Thank you for being a visionary and having a vision and giving people hope, man. And I'm behind you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm behind you. I appreciate you. VNO, if you need a church to go to.
TWC. I'm the T in the middle.
Located at 2075 Rush Place, man, in Lake Station, Indiana, man. If you
Yeah.
need it, we start at noon. We start at
12 o'clock.
noon, at
Yeah,
12 o'clock.
Yeah, noon.
12 o'clock on Sunday, 7 p.m. on Wednesdays.
7 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Check us out, man. This is a great pastor. He's a great guy. He's a great guy, man. If you looking for somebody, man, you're looking for some place to visit. Lake Station's not that far away. We're right off the highway. It's a hop, skip, and a jump from Chicago, even if you're there. Come and check us out, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man, for having me. V&O. What you know. God bless y'all. See y'all real soon.
But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? And we're just waiting in line to wake up? And most people think I'm insane. Once you realize that all the shit you used to care so much about just keeps you a prisoner of your own mind.